Hello, everyone. Welcome to Elevating Your Life. And we will be elevated today. I am so thrilled to share with you an amazing guest who I myself have had the honor to meet and work with. He does some fantastic work for others. We have with us today Robert Baumann. He is a shamanic, intuitive, galactic healer of light. He has been in service to people most of his life. I'll bet not as a light worker. He has become fully aware that he is here to be a steward for humanity, Mother Gaia, and all her inhabitants. Over the past few years, he has been expanding his consciousness and spiritual development. He started with visiting various temples in Thailand, where he was introduced to the Buddha and his teachings. And he participated in a week of Ayahuasca ceremonies. Robert has a Usiui Reiki Master Certification and a Shangra-La Reiki Master Certificate. After graduating from Whale and Dolphin Light Energy Medicine School in 2021, Robert was invited to and joined a group dedicated to assisting and implementing the ascension process for humanity and Mother Earth. He is currently still involved with several other groups and personal projects that are assisting the ascension process. He now assists others on their journey. And I have to share that I have had the honor of doing a couple journeys with Robert, and it was fantastic. So I am so excited to have you here today, Robert. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Awesome to be here.
Oh, so excited to share you with my audiences. Wow. Well, would you like to share some more of your background and kind of what brought you to what you're doing now and how you feel with where you're at and where you're going?
Sure, of course. As you have already mentioned, it pretty much did get ignited when I was in Thailand. But I'd say it really got a big bolster when I was in Costa Rica in 2019 doing ayahuasca ceremonies. And for anyone who's unfamiliar with it, it's essentially just plant medicine, which helps to expand your consciousness. It heals you, and it will also teach you and remind you of your true essence, your authentic self. So I had, an amazing experience with that while I was there. I had a Kundalini awakening. It's pretty much just taught that we are all one here on this planet. And it was just really incredible experience. I heard that it was my third night of ceremony, and the most beautiful thing I've ever heard was, "We've been waiting for you. Welcome home." And it was a female voice. So after I left Costa Rica, I was looking around to find someone who could teach me breath work, because they had introduced us to breath work as well. And properly facilitating breath work is going to produce the same type of effect as imbibing with ayahuasca, because of the DMT that your body is naturally producing. So I happened upon someone who said that they taught breath work, but in actuality, she didn't. She was actually a Reiki master. So I got my level 1, my level 2, and then I got my master through her. But something still felt like it was missing, like there was still more out there with that specific area of modality. And I had bought this book in a crystal shop 3 or 4 years prior, and it's just been sitting on my shelf collecting dust. So I was like, let me have a look at this and see what this is all about. And I was just so intrigued about all the amount of information that was there that wasn't passed on through me from my teacher. But there are just so many more signs out there, meditations. It's just essentially, I was just given just a breadcrumb. So this other modality that I came across was pretty much the rest of the cookie, for lack of a better phrase, with as far as the Reiki healing modality goes. So I contacted that person who wrote the book. They unfortunately weren't doing attunements anymore, but he did forward my information on to one of his students who he had attuned. And so I got attuned through that as well. From my, what I remember and was told, it was actually the ancient practice of Reiki from Atlantis, and it was downloaded from someone I was originally taught by Saint Germain in Atlantis, called Shangra-La. It was amazing, and it was interesting for me to see the amount of, and the difference in the amount of energy that you're able to use using one versus the other as well. So I was really excited that I learned that. The next thing that would happen after that would probably be, from my perspective, was the fact that coronavirus came and pretty much shut the whole planet down. So at this stage, I'm just constantly looking for more and more information to rediscover myself. And I signed up for a lot of free workshops and web seminars over the internet, of course. And a lot of the presenters would offer whatever specialties that they had available at a discounted rate for people who signed up for this free workshop. So this one lady had a coronavirus whale healing and sharing protection, and it was given by the whales. And I was really intrigued by it. I was like, this is really curious. So I purchased that, and myself and my roommate watched it, and it was just unbelievable the amount of energy that came through this. And at that time, I was only just started practicing with Reiki, and I noticed the huge increase in, once again, in energy. It was just unbelievable, another level. And of course, after that particular purchase from her, I was on her mailing list, and I was then introduced to just like a beginner's class as far as, the whales and dolphins and what they're here to do for humanity as well as for the planet. And I took that course, learned a little bit more, and then she let it be known that she was starting a whale and dolphin light energy medicine school. She usually does once or twice a year. And so I went ahead and joined up for that. It was 2 modules. The first module was with the whales. And then the second module was going to be with dolphins. So with the first module with the whales, that entails basically just healing and clearing, which is what you've experienced a few sessions that we had together. And that's where they remove lower or negative or dissonant energy from your body. And at the same time, they infuse it with white angelic light from the angelics and the whales, of course, with your higher self. The rest of the processes that they do offer are light body activations that they can perform for you, which is just going to open yourself up to being able to hold more and more light and being able to recall more of your authentic self and all your gifts and abilities. And then the second module is going to be for just the dolphins that they have. It's a group of 12 ascended dolphins that teach that course. And essentially, we all have 12 strands of DNA, even though we've all been told that we only have 2, even with it as advanced as we think we are with science. We don't have the consciousness or the technology to see those other 10 strands. But they're definitely amazing, though, and I have to say, working with them would definitely take you into areas you never would have dreamed of.
Yes.
Definitely awesome. Yeah, very, very empowering.
Wow. The sessions I've experienced with you, the sounds of the whales, the dolphins, the words that you spoke. I mean, it's almost beyond words how wonderful and uplifted and enlightened I felt after those sessions. And before meeting you, I did not even know that there was such a thing as whale and dolphin energy medicine. It is just fantastic, Robert.
Yes, I've been very blessed to happen upon it. Of course, there's no such thing as coincidences, but yes, extremely blessed. And they're the healers of the healers, really. And they've just expressed that with our intention that they're ready to make us, to help take us to that next quantum leap in our evolution, not only for us, but also for the planet as well.
They are such amazing creatures, aren't they?
They are. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That is just such a fantastic thing for you to be working in and offering for others. And I am curious because I've always thought it would be cool to go there. Tell us a little bit about what your Thailand experience was like. What was that like?
Going to Thailand for me was like going home
Ah,
in an unusual manner. So whenever you incarnate onto the planet, there are 7 places on Mother Gaia where your soul is at peace. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be jumping up and down for joy and, excited, but that your soul will be at peace. And that's how I was there. Is probably the first time in this incarnation that I've been at peace.
wow.
And it's because Thailand is one of those places for me where my soul is at peace.
It sounds like an amazing place. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to go there. And a place I've always wanted to go is Bali. And I'm actually co-hosting a retreat in Bali in May of 2024.
Yeah. Bali sounds amazing. They have
Yeah,
an amazing
join us.
people
Anyone out
there,
there that would like to find out,
healers.
you can email me at paula@wellnessinspired.com. It's going to be amazing because those are special places, just kind of like, here in the US, we have Sedona, Arizona, and other places where the
Yeah.
energy and the peace. So in Thailand, was it mostly learning about Buddha and his teachings and going to places and
Essentially, yeah. I spent a lot of time it was in Thailand and northern Thailand. Not directly in the mountains, but close enough. And there's just temples after temple after temple there. And like I said, I just felt just so at peace and never more in the moment than when I was there. And this is obviously just when I just first started actively engaging in my spiritual journey. And then I just happened upon a book there that was in one of my hotel rooms, and it just spoke about his teachings, and um, just had me from then on, pretty much. They used to have an amazing show on Netflix called Buddha that was really good that I watched a couple of times as well. That was really well done. It's like closed captions, but very good show.
oh, there's
But
just
yeah.
so much out there to experience. And with your ayahuasca ceremonies, I hope I'm saying that correctly. You talk about those facilitated Kundalini awakenings. So for those out there that really aren't sure what that is, Kundalini, and describe that for us. Tell us a bit about that, Robert.
So for me, the Kundalini awakening kind of happened on my 3rd night of ceremony. This specific night they call Ladies' Night only because the female shamans are the one who serve the medicine to the group of people. And it was just absolutely amazing. Probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours into my healing session, I was on all fours on my hands and knees, receiving healing from spirit and the shamans. And all of a sudden, I'm facing straight ahead, and yet I can see behind me. And it was kind of like if you want to envision the bat signal, how that thing just lights up to call Batman. That's how it was for all my chakras. First, it was very, very dim light, and then it just grew brighter and brighter and brighter until it shot out. And then I just moved up all the way up until the next thing. And after that, that really just changes your perceptions for a lot of things. I had, the night afterward, you just know that you're changed. Your perception, everything about you has changed.
Yeah.
You're just on a completely different level.
And this happened also, they used different plants and such. I know myself personally, in Peru, my time with some shamans there, we did a lot with coca leaves. Is that something, did they use coca leaves in your experience or something different?
They do not use coca leaves there, but that is definitely a teacher plant as well. Typically how the ayahuasca ceremonies work at the place that I was at is everyone gathers probably like right before sunset, because this all happens all at night. And then you go into the ceremonial space and you have, it's noble silence, so you don't talk, you just go in, find whatever place that you want to lay down at, and then they start calling up everybody to do the rapé. So the rapé is a tobacco that they blow up each nostril just to help open up your spirit to get ready to receive the plant medicine. And then you go back down to your bed, and you're like probably 45 minutes or so. And then they say, okay, we are now serving the first cup of medicine. Please come up and get in line. And then you just go up and you line up and you go get your first cup, you drink it, and then just go back to your bed and you're off.
Oh, wow.
It just
I bet that
opens
was
up.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And the wisdom, these teachers, their wisdoms and the things they say, it's absolutely amazing. Just
Yeah.
an honor to meet them.
Yeah. It seems weird telling someone, I go to plant medicine ceremonies, so the plant teaches and heals me. They're like, what do you mean it teaches you? But it really does teach you.
Yeah.
It's just something that you have to experience in order to truly understand. When someone says that the plant teaches you, once you do ayahuasca, you'll know, and you know what I'm talking about. Any type of plant medicine, it teaches you. It knows you. It's like it's like moving to a new country and seeing a doctor who's there who has known you your whole entire life.
Oh.
And that doctor is not just there for the physical body, but the mental, emotional, everything.
Connecting us to Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, Pachamama, whatever we want to call it, the connection we create with our dear Mother Earth. It's just a beautiful thing to open up and feel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Oh. How would you, I'm curious, being a Usiui Reiki Master like you, which I love it, it's life-changing. How is the Shangra-La Reiki? Was that a very much different or just a little bit?
I'd say it was definitely a huge leap as well. During my attunement that I was having done, my master said, okay, he's like, we're going to go up this mountain together, and you're going to sit on this throne and, have this experience. And then at the end of it, your Reiki master guide's going to come forward. And so I'm like, all right, this is good. This is cool. And so I, did that, and my Reiki master came forward, and my Reiki master is Kuan Yin. Not only that, it is definitely a huge jump in the energy, and there are just so many other symbols out there other than just the basic ones that were given. And there's symbols out there for, for cancer, disease, viruses, everything. It's just, it's amazing. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. It's like Usuri, but on steroids, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually met someone years ago, and we were chatting, and she said, "What do you do?" She had a TV show and different things, and I met her at an event, and I said, "Well, I'm a Reiki practitioner and done some shaman work and this and that." And she goes, "Oh, I'm a shaman. Do you want to hear a good story?" I said, "Sure." About 20 years ago, she said, I was in the hospital in Montana, and they were telling me to say my goodbyes. There was nothing else anybody could do for me. And someone that worked at the hospital, physical therapist, I think she said, came up and said, "I know a really good shaman. Would you like me to connect you with him?" And she said, "Yes." And she called the shaman, she literally pulled stuff out of her arms, got on a plane and went to, I think it was Colorado, and to spend time with this shaman. And he said, and you know how shamans talk. "Yes, at 11:12 p.m. this day, you will be leaving your body. I will work with you." And she went down there, spent 2-3 days. He worked on her. And there she was 20 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some fascinating stories out there. There really is. There really is. Well, Robert, please share with everyone your website, how they can get a hold of you, and then share, if they contact you and do one of, to set up an amazing session like I had the honor to do, kind of what they'll expect and how that process would work.
Okay, of course. So my website is currently been being built, but it is going to be oneconsciousness.co. Not .com. .com was taken. So once again, that's oneconsciousness.co. And I can also be reached via phone, and that is going to be 407-443-2919. And then, of course, you can also reach me on Facebook. I am at One Consciousness Healing. And there's a picture of me with some mala beads and a little puppy sitting in my lap. Because I think there's a couple other things on there.
I love it.
As far as with the sessions are going to be typically 90 minutes in length. It does vary, but they are typically 90 minutes, especially at the beginning. Everything is recorded, and I usually send out an audio session 24 to 48 hours after the session. So what I do is I send out an email 48 hours in advance, just a preparatory email, thanking them for allowing me to facilitate their healing, just letting them know just a couple requirements they need to have. We love to do water blessings for before the session, before the whales do work on you. And then also just a blindfold, and if you want to have some crystals or something like that with you. The last 30 minutes of the session are a guided meditation. The first 60 minutes are kind of more like an affirmation type deal, because we have to get permission in order for the whales to assist us. And then there's also just a little bit of history about myself, and then as well as what the whales and dolphins are here to do for us.
I love it. Oh,
yeah,
it's about 3 minutes left in the show. What last words do you want to leave with everybody today, Robert?
Just to remind everybody that we are one being, and by you receiving healing, that you are actually healing the all, because we are all one. And I look forward to continuing my journey, and will be honored and blessed to help anyone on theirs as well.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's what a path you are on, and what a path you've been on. Is there one particular thing, one or two, that really have been a life-changing event for you, Robert?
I would definitely have to say the plant medicine, definitely. I mean, other than that, it has just been just the support and love of everybody that I've had the pleasure of working with and being healed by, whether it's Gaia herself, the whales, the dolphins, light beings, my shamanic brothers and sisters. It's just brings tears to you just thinking about how much loved you are, even though sometimes yet you can't really, you don't think that you are, and yet, you are beyond your imagination.
Oh, yes, that's a powerful statement. And that's so true, Robert. We do. We are so loved, aren't we? Oh my
Yes.
gosh. There's so much love out there and so much beautiful energy. Oh, I so appreciate you being on the show today. And I just look forward to staying connected and watching all the progress and moving on beautiful things you're developing in your life. Life is a beautiful journey. It's every new day is a real opportunity and a blessing for us, isn't it?
It is, yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much for having me as well, Paula.
Oh, you are so welcome. Everyone out there, love, hugs, and blessings. So happy to have you on the show with us. Robert, love, hugs, and blessings. Thank you so much.
Thank you.